Practice makes perfect, right? Well, not exactly. Practice makes permanent. So why don't people practice the correct golf swing? Well, there's two reasons. First, people don't understand the golf swing. Second, you need feedback, instant feedback, so that you don't practice bad habits. It's impossible for your instructor to be with you every time you're on the practice range. That's why we developed the Medicus hinged club. The Medicus has a scientifically engineered hinge that will release when a flaw occurs anywhere in your swing. And when you make a correct swing, the hinge stays intact. Now you can have quality practice time with the Medicus hinged club. With PGA Tour professional Davis Love III and Golf Digest instructor Jack Lumpkin, we have developed this instructional video to help your golf swing, from grip to follow-through. We'll show you the proper way, common faults, and drills to correct those faults. Now, let's go to Davis and Jack and get started.
Davis, how about showing us your grip?
Okay.
Hands fit nicely together. Take them off now and let's show you putting them on one at a time and tell us a little bit about it.
I like to first grip the club with my left hand. I like the grip of the golf club to lay right across the ends of my fingers and put my hand right on top of the club. I want my palms opposing each other. I don't want either one of them to be looking at the sky or at the ground. I want them facing each other, right across my fingers. I want the heel of my hand on top of the golf club, and I want the heel of my right hand on top of my thumb. And I want a grip pressure that's not too tight, but is just barely tight enough to hold on to the golf club. And I want that last three fingers of each hand to be the pressure points that I hold onto the golf club with.
So your arms are just hanging and your hands are holding the club with whatever pressure you need for the particular shot you're going to play.
Right, I like to have a light grip pressure so I can swing freely, but I want it tight enough so the club isn't turning in my hands.
Let me jump in there and show some variations of correct grips that might help. I like to grip the golf club with my left arm just hanging right by my side and the club resting on the ground. My arm hanging very naturally. When I put it on, that allows my left hand to go on so the thumb's on the top right side of the club, just maybe about 1 o'clock. From there, I can usually see 2 knuckles, and when I bring the club up, I can place my right hand on as if I were shaking hands to the golf club. Now, you can use any one of these 3 types of grips. You could use the overlapping grip, which has the little finger of the right hand overlapping the index finger of the left. You could also interlock, where I have actually placed the 2 fingers that I was talking about joining so that they are interlocked with each other. In that position, the hands really shouldn't change. The club should still stay very much in the fingers of the right hand. Or I could actually just slip my hand down and have a 10-fingered grip, where sometimes called the baseball grip, but I like the 10-fingered grip, where the hands are just very close together, but yet not at all overlapping or interlocked. From that position, when you look, you really can't tell which grip I might be using from where you're standing, but all of those would be correct grips. Davis, how about hitting a shot for us and go through your complete routine?
Okay.
Great swing.
Thank you.
Let's do it again, and this time, how about telling me a couple of things you're thinking about at each of those places? You've got such a good routine, and it's so repeatable. You do it every time. Every time I see you on TV, it's the same over and over. What do you do back here?
Well, the first thing I try to do is picture my shot. I want to visualize what I'm going to try to do with the golf ball and make a decision if I'm going to hit a draw or a fade or a high or a low or whatever the shot I'm going to try to play, and I try to get that pictured in my mind and make my decision right here
before I get to the
So
ball.
your mind is actually made up right there.
I'm decided right here, so when I go up to the ball, all I have to do is try to execute the decision I made back here.
All right, as you walk up, are you looking at anything in particular?
I'm just trying to come in from the side a little bit so I don't preset my aim by getting my feet down first. I try to get in a little bit open and walk into the ball and get my aim set up so I can make my practice swing right here beside the ball.
Your practice swing, it seems like it's almost exactly the same as your regular swing.
Right, I'm trying to make a practice swing that's in relation to the decision I made back here. I want to make a swing that I'm going to try to copy when I put the club behind the golf ball.
Okay. Go ahead and do it.
Now I just step into the golf ball and try to copy that practice swing I just made and hit the same shot that I've been deciding on all the way through my routine.
You got such great rhythm when you do that, too. Your practice swing and your regular swing look almost exactly the same every time.
Right, you try to make a practice swing and you try to make it worthwhile. That's why we call it a practice swing, because you're practicing for the shot you're getting ready to hit. So I'm going to make one, if I'm going to make a draw shot, I'll make a draw practice swing and then step in and try to copy the same thing with the ball so I get some rhythm going.
I know a lot of times when we practice, we put some clubs down. Let's put a couple of clubs on the ground.
Right.
So we can work on our setup just a little bit and look at your posture. We'll aim out there toward that yellow flag. Put that down for the target line, and this one down at perpendicular for ball position and to help you get square. Now go ahead and walk in there if you don't mind, and you don't need to go through your practice swing this time. Let's just examine your setup. The golf ball is about 2 or 3 inches, 2.5 inches behind your left heel. Your arms are hanging nicely down. Ball's just a little left of your face. Your posture looks very comfortable. Looks like your weight's more on the balls of your feet.
Right.
Slight knee flex. Back's nice and straight, arms hanging. Does it feel as comfortable as it looks?
It has. Through a lot of work, I've gotten into a comfortable setup, and I think the main thing about my setup is I'm balanced. I don't have too much knee flex. I don't have too much bend from the waist. As you said, my arms are hanging straight down. And I think if you get set up good on the middle of your feet and with a little bend on your knees, just like you're shooting a foul shot or you're ready to play defense in basketball, you're nice and balanced. You can move any direction. I try to hang my arms straight down from there, and then I can make a circle with my golf swing.
Yeah. But, you know, when you're that well balanced, you seem like you stay so nicely on your feet, which is what I like.
Right. I feel like the main thing I want to do in my golf swing is have rhythm. And you can't have rhythm if you're not set up correctly and you're not in good balance with the setup.
Very good setup. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Hit it. Davis, how about making a few swings with the hinged club?
Okay.
Let's check out a few of your positions and just talk to me a little bit about your takeaway. Let's see you demonstrate your takeaway.
Okay, I feel like I start away in one piece, start winding around my right leg a little bit.
So really one piece means your arms and your shoulders and the club have all worked together, hands very quiet.
Right, everything starts together and start getting into my right leg without my right knee getting
right
straightened.
Yeah, do it one more time. Let's see it again. Good. Bob, let's see you make a few swings with the hinged club. I've set these two clubs down to kind of represent the target line. Since you're not actually going to strike the ball right now, let's see you make a takeaway. And how about taking it away too much with your hands this time? Let's see what happens. That club breaks really quick when your hands go like that. Another fault I see a lot of people doing is they get real tight with their grip and they go real fast and almost leave the club head there. See, it breaks a different way when you do that. Now let's see if you can get it more together with your hands, arms, club, and shoulders working in one piece. Nice, smooth takeaway. Good. Feel the weight getting into that right leg as you do that. There you go. I think that's really important that you get set early into your right leg. Good.
Here's a drill for the takeaway. Take your normal stance. Take the butt of the club and put it in your navel. gripping down on the shaft. Take your hands and move them back to your right foot, making sure that your stomach, hips, and shoulders rotate open the same way. While doing this, the weight should stay to the inside of your right foot and your knees should stay flexed. Now let's try it down. Take the club back to your right foot with your hands while your body rotates open, everything staying together. A great way to feel a one-piece takeaway is with the medicus ball. By placing the medicus ball between your arms and against your chest and taking your normal stance, it gives you a feeling of connection. Take your hands back to your right foot, making sure that your weight stays on the inside of your right foot and your right knee stays flexed. This makes everything move back together.
Davis, let's now take the club back to where you get the toe up in the air when it first gets level with the ground.
Okay.
And notice here, see how that's parallel to the target line. Toes basically up. Wrists have started to hinge just a little bit. You feel a little more weight on your right there?
Right, the weight's still moving towards my right heel, and just trying to keep my right knee flexed. I don't want it to straighten up and let my weight get outside my leg, so keep that knee flexed and let that shaft get parallel to the line of play.
Very good. Bob, try another swing. This time, let's see you keep your weight on your left leg and let your right leg straighten. Thing breaks in a different place, doesn't it?
It does.
One more time. Can't quite get into that toe-up position if your weight stays back over on your left and your right straightens out. Try it one more time. This time, let your weight go naturally to your right, but just over-rotate your hands and arms on the takeaway. Club breaks back behind you, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one more time. Let's see, feel that again. Okay, now let's see you do it correct one more time, where you've got it all together, where it's together. How's that feel? It's different, isn't it?
Sure is. The club actually is parallel to the other line there.
Well, it seems to be in balance and parallel to the target line. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
One thing I've seen with people using the club is they try to cheat it. They try to over-rotate their hands initially, like this, and then move the club up, which isn't an actual move. And we want the people with the club to actually go through each step so that they get the feel of actually what the golf swing should happen like.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good.
A great way of feeling connection as we move into the toe-up position is with the medicus connector. What we mean by connection is that the arms move in unison with the upper body. By placing the medicus connector underneath your left arm and taking your normal stance, practice moving the club into the toe-up position, making sure the toe points towards the sky. Now, if it doesn't work in unison and the arms take it back by itself, the medicus connector will fall out. Here's a way of working on the toe-up position. Take your normal stance, letting your hands hang down palm to palm. Take your right hand and put it behind your back. Now pretend like you're moving back to shake somebody's hand, keeping your weight on the inside of your right foot and your right knee flexed. Now let's try it with a club. Again, take your normal stance. Let go of it with your right hand and take it back like you're shaking somebody's hand, keeping your weight on the inside of your right foot and your right leg flexed.
Davis, let's go to that point in your backswing where your wrists are reasonably cocked.
Okay.
Club's pointing. Very good. Shaft pointing more toward the target line like that. Wrist cocked. Weight solidly on the right now. Body starting to wind.
I'm starting to feel some tension in my hips and feel that wind up around my right leg now that I'm onto my right heel.
Bob, now let's see this time your arms leave your body, kind of get disconnected where you get way too wide on the takeaway. See how the club head just stays behind like that. It just breaks downward toward the ball. All right, let's see you do it this time where you get it off plane. Get the butt of the club pointing back behind you almost and let your right elbow fly. See how it's kind of out in front of you and it just droops down like that.
Yeah.
Now let's see you take it back this time where you get the golf club cocked in plane where the butt of the club is pointing more nearly to the target line. That feels more correct, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
A good drill for feeling the proper setting of the hands is with the medicus hinged club. Take your normal setup. Now begin by hinging your hands upward. You'll know you do it right because if you don't, the club will break. Now continue that movement as your body rotates open until you get into a position that your left arm is parallel to the ground. From this point, you actually can hit shots. A good way of checking hand positions is with 3 clubs. Take one club and place it behind the ball in line with the target. Take the other 2 clubs and put them grip to grip and take your normal stance. Now take the club back, working on the previous positions we've gone through. When you get to where your left arm is parallel to the ground, if the shaft points at your target line, then you're in the right position. Not outside it, not inside it, but at it.
Davis, let's see you make your normal full backswing for a 5-iron.
Okay.
Now, what do you feel right there?
Well, I feel like I've wound myself into my right side. I feel like I've got a full turn, and the club is just about to parallel.
How about your right leg? Where do you feel your weight there?
It's more towards the right heel, whereas when I set up on my setup, I was right over the middle of my foot. I feel like I've moved to the right side a little bit.
Kind of interesting. Your hips have turned about maybe 40 degrees. Your shoulders usually turn about 90 degrees. It's hard to do that in a post. Let's see you do it normally and just take it on back, just regular speed, so you get your full turn. Good. And that's where you normally are, right there. Club parallel, fully turned, weight behind the ball, right leg still flexed, in a position to make your forward swing.
Right, I'm coiled up and I'm ready to start my downswing.
Looks really good there. Bob, this time let's see you start with a real bad grip. Just go ahead and get it real strong. See if that club gets closed at the top and see what happens. So that thing just drop and flop right up there?
Yeah, you can't keep it straight.
Pretty hard to do it with that grip, isn't it?
No, you can't.
Okay. Now let's see you take your correct grip and go ahead and just let it fan open a little bit and let your arms kind of leave your body so it gets laid off a little bit. See, that's dropping in a different position behind you. It'd be pretty difficult to hit your ball well from there.
Points away from you.
Yep. All right, let's see you do it correct. Try to get it going through the correct toe-up position, cocking against your thumb, and keep winding together. Much better, like that.
Here we are with our grip-to-grip clubs again. These should help us check positions all the way to the top. Take your stance and go through our positions. When you get to the toe-up position, the club should be parallel to the target line. When you get to where the left arm is parallel to the ground, the club should point at your target line. And when you turn to the top, your club should be parallel to the target line again. Another drill for second and top position is take your normal stance. Extend your arms, cock your wrist, lift your arms over your head, turn, and hit it. It's that simple.
Davis, let's see you make a backswing and show me your first move down, and then just stop right after your first move. Now, what do you feel happening there?
Well, I've wound myself up in the backswing onto my right leg and my right heel, and now I feel like from the ground up, I'm starting to unwind.
Take it back one more time. All right, now let's see.
I'm going to put my left heel back on the ground, and with my left leg and left hip, I'm going to start unwinding from the top. Try to pull the club down right on the path that it went back on, and let my left side lead me back down to the ball.
Okay. Do it one more time now. Slowly. So you start it down by planting your left foot and letting your left knee go forward to start the unwinding process. Pulling the club down on plane.
And I think that's the key word there, pulling it down from the top rather than throwing it from the top.
Very good. Bob, let's try it from the top this time. Make me a backswing. Now start this one down just with your hands like the casters do. See, when you throw that club like that, that baby's going to hinge every time. All right, try it again. This time, let's see you start down with an over-the-top move with your upper body. You'll throw it from there, and that thing will hinge very early. Now, let's see you try it correct this time. Get to the proper position at the top. And let's start it down with our left knee going left and our hips turning and pulling the club down on plane. Very good.
This is my favorite drill. It teaches the initial move down. What we're going to do is place the medicus ball between my legs. Take my normal stance. If I make an improper initial move down, the ball will stay between my legs. If I make the proper move down, with my left knee moving at the target first, then the ball will drop. That's really helped me with the initial move down.
Davis, let's see you go all the way to the top and come down just before impact to the pre-impact position. Yeah, just keep moving there and feel that. What are you feeling right there?
Well, I feel like I'm still unwinding with my hips. My hips are opening a little bit, and I like to feel like my left side keeps turning, so when I get to impact, my wrists haven't unhinged yet. I don't want them to start unhinging up here. I want to keep moving and keep pulling that club through to the ball.
So your left side is really just pulling that golf club right through, and as you turn through, centrifugal force will square it, right?
Right. At the next position, I'll let the wrists unhinge, but I want to keep pulling this club with my left side right to parallel, so I'm in a good power position right here.
Very good. Do it one more time. Excellent. Bob, let's see you make a couple of swings for me, and let's examine the pre-impact position just before the club reaches the ball there. How about taking one up a little steep and drop it down to the inside like a lot of hookers do? That club gets off plane like that, the force is in the wrong direction, that thing will hinge every time. Now show me the outside in classic throw slicer. No way that club would keep from breaking there. All right, let's see you try it this time more correctly, where you get it coming down on plane and stop it down there somewhere just before impact. See how the club is still cocked right there and hasn't actually released. Very good.
What we've done here is simply insert a tee in the butt of the club. A lot of people have a problem with casting where they lose power. It's an early release. What we're going to do is called the pump drill. We're going to drive the tee at the ball. We're going to pump 3 times and hit it.
Davis, make me a slow swing and stop at impact, if you would, please. Now, actually, at impact, you'd be probably a little more there. The club would be a little more there. That's about where you normally are in all the photos I've examined, where your hands are just fractionally ahead. Weight's definitely moving left and turning left.
It's turning left onto my left heel. I've gone from the right heel across the middle of my feet now to my left heel, and I feel like my hips have almost completely cleared, and now my shoulders are starting to clear as the club unhinges and squares up to the ball. Now I feel like from the rest of my swing, my shoulders are going to be clearing.
Bob, let's demonstrate impact here. Now, why don't you go ahead and take a regular backswing and make me a much too lateral forward motion with your lower body. See, when people do that, most of the time they have to use their hands to catch up. They have to play catch-up with the club.
Seemed to put me in a casting position.
Yeah, it does. Let's see you go ahead and hit a shot. Let's see you do it correct now, where you turn back through the ball and keep that thing from hinging. Great balance. Good swing.
The most important part of the golf swing is the impact position. What's actually taking place is the right arm is extending out to the ball, while the wrist still remains cocked. What I like to do to get a feel of that is actually take a ball and throw it in the general area of the ball that I'm trying to hit. Another drill that I like to do that lets me feel the straightening of the right arm is hitting balls with just one arm. This helps me really feel the extension of the right arm.
Davis, let's check your position post-impact, where your club first gets back over there about level with the ground again. Very good. Your toes starting to come up. Club's basically getting into a parallel position. What do you feel there?
Well, I feel like I'm keeping the club right in front of me, never letting it get past my body, and certainly don't want it to stay behind. So I feel like the club will stay square, the toe will be up.
By now, all your weight's on your left side, just about.
Yeah, it's just about all on my left side. I feel like I'm really wound around my left leg now, and I feel like I've really cleared with my shoulders as far as I need to go.
Okay. Do it one more time and be as realistic as you can as far as looking at the ball and everything. Good. Bob, let's see you show us a couple of the post-impact positions, a couple of the common faults. Why don't you block the first one, where your body and your arms stop right after impact? See how the club head just keeps flipping on by like that? All right, try it one time where the body stops and the arms and hands rotate very much around your body. That over-rotation also breaks it.
Right.
All right, now let's try it one time where you just make a normal swing going through and allow the club to pass through the toe-up position to a normal follow-through. See, when your body keeps turning like that, that club goes through that nice toe-up position and it'll stay together. Right. Nice job.
One of the drills I like to do for the post-impact position is called the toe-up to toe-up drill. I like to set up. When I take the club back and it's parallel to the ground, the toe's up. When I go through and the club's parallel to the ground, the toe's up. Toe up, toe up. Toe up, toe up.
Davis, let's see you make your normal swing and just hold your finish.
Okay, Jack.
I've always admired your finish because it's so relaxed, and I think probably it's because you've released all the energy you've built up in the swing.
Right, I've put all that energy into the golf ball, and I've just naturally swung to a comfortable position at the finish of my swing. And I feel like if you make a good balanced golf swing, you can have a good balanced finish. And if you've used up all your energy at the bottom of your swing, you can hold your finish in a nice, comfortable position.
Notice how your right shoulder's turned past your left, your hips are facing the target, and your weight is solidly on your left side.
Right, I've swung through the ball, I've kept turning all the way through to my finish, and everything is turned as far as it can turn, right to the end.
Bob, let's see you go make a swing and let me see you finish. This time I want a finish that's way too high, out to the right, almost a peekaboo finish, as you see people do. Notice how that club breaks right behind your head back here, gets hanging down. All right, what would happen if you were to cut your finish short this time, if you just stopped it real abruptly? Okay, now let's see if you can just keep it in plane and keep it turning right on around your body and just stay together to a nice full finish. Good job, like that.
A good way I like to check my finish position is simply by taking my stance, taking the club and place on my left shoulder, finishing my turn, and lifting the club up.
Let's review the proper grip. In the left hand, the club runs under the muscular pad of the palm across the top joint of the index finger. When the index finger is placed over shaft, it should form a trigger-like position. In the right hand, the shaft runs across the base of the fingers at a slight angle. There are three types of grips: overlap, interlock, and the 10-finger. The most commonly used grip is the Varden overlap grip, in which the little finger of the right hand overlaps between the index and the second finger of the left hand. A small gap is formed between the index finger of the middle finger of both hands. Most of the grip pressure comes from the last three fingers of the left hand and the index finger of the right hand. Palms are facing each other and turned slightly to the right so that the V's formed between the thumb and the index finger of both hands are pointing at your right eye. Left thumb is extended down the shaft slightly to the right of center. The lifeline of the right palm is positioned directly on the top of the left thumb. The right thumb sets on top of the shaft, slightly left of center. The feet should be positioned shoulder width apart, weight distributed equally. Right foot turned outward 5 degrees to 10 degrees. Left foot turned outward 20 degrees to 30 degrees. Ball position inside left heel. Left shoulder and hip slightly higher than the right side. Feet, knees, hips, and shoulders parallel to the target line. Knees flexed, back straight, bending at the hips in a semi-sitting position. Arms hang naturally with hands positioned directly below chin. Elbows point at hips. The takeaway is simply rotating your hips slowly to the right, allowing hands, arms, and shoulders to move away in one piece. The one-piece takeaway continues until your hands are directly above the tip of your right foot. No cocking of your wrists have taken place at this point. From the takeaway, continue upper body rotation, turning slightly away from the target while keeping right elbow close to your right hip. Hands travel back parallel to the target line with a slight cocking of the wrists. Club face is rotated open with the toe pointing toward the sky, and the shaft is parallel to the ground. Weight is transferring to your right side. Shoulders should continue to rotate away from the ball with the right knee remaining flexed, and the weight continues to transfer to the inside of the right heel. Hands become fully cocked, positioning club perpendicular to the ground. Left arm is extended and parallel to the ground. From the rear view, club shaft should point at the target line. Before the club reaches the top, the weight shift back toward the target has already begun. The shoulders have turned fully to the point at which your back is facing the target 90 degrees, while the hips have made a 45-degree turn from the setup position. Right knee remains flexed, and is slightly inside the right foot. All clubs, except for the driver, reach a position less than parallel to the ground. Left thumb should remain directly under the shaft. Shaft should aim down the target line. Hips should remain at the same level as during the takeaway. Weight shift from the right to the left side that started from at the top position continues toward the target while your hips rotate back to the setup position. Right knee momentarily holds at a position inside the right foot. Left arm is once again parallel to the ground with the right elbow lower than the left. Wrist remained in a fully cocked position. The left hip continues rotating on the same plane, opening left of the target. Right elbow has reached a point above your right hip pocket. Wrists are beginning to unhinge, forming approximately a 90-degree angle with the club shaft. The club is in a toe-up position. Weight is shifting to the left side. Right heel lifts off ground and continues towards target. Left hip continues opening left of target. Left shoulder is visibly higher than right. Head remains behind the ball. Right arm is extending while releasing the wrist cock. A straight line is formed from the top of your left shoulder down through your left arm to just inside left heel. The club face is now square. Weight is now on the left side. Right shoulder, hip, and knee driven toward target as left shoulder vacates up and out of the way. Head remains behind the ball in the impact position. Right arm is now fully extended while the left arm remains close to the chest and begins to fold. Hands have rotated, allowing club shaft to point down target line in a toe-up position. Weight is totally balanced on the left side. Hips are level. Belt buckle is pointing directly at the target with the right shoulder closer to target than left. Right knee aims at the target and finishes even with the left. Back is in a more relaxed and upright position. Both arms folded with club shaft running in back of upper neck. Head has moved slightly up and forward of original setup position. Left thumb finishes under the shaft.
Well, Jack, we've covered a lot of golf information today, and it seems to all flow around quality practice time.
Bob, you know, most golfers would be amazed at how much they would improve with 15 or 20 minutes a day of really good practice at home without a golf ball. They could swing in front of a mirror or a window using the hinged club, and they get instant feedback from both the reflection or their picture or this club breaking if they're doing it incorrectly. I think that would really help them when they got out to the golf course. Davis, how do you practice when you're out on the range?
Well, I try to hit balls on the range thinking about nothing but hitting balls to targets. I don't want to think about my swing or my technique or my positions when I'm interested in a ball ending up at a target. So that's one thing I think people can learn from the Medicus Hinge Club, is that they can make a golf swing and get instant feedback without thinking about their swing and not thinking about their technique. And then when they go to the golf course, their swing's going to be that much better.
Well, Davis, I'd like to thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Bob.
And also you, Jack.
Thank you, Bob.
And continued success in your careers.